It's shared.
All right. Make it
Okay.
official. Good morning.
Morning.
And I hope all y'all stayed warm. I thought we were gonna have nobody in here. We have a pretty packed court. That's pretty cool. All right, so it is the 26th day of January, 2026. It's 9 a.m. We are in the Commissioner's Courtroom in the Rance County Courthouse located at 308 North Live Oak, Rockport, Texas 78382, and I call this regular meeting to order. Would y'all please stand and join me in the invocation?
Father, as always, we're thankful for the blessings of this new day, and even though the weather's cold and at times dreary and rainy, Lord, we know that you're in control of all things and that we're truly blessed that we live in South Texas and not in Wisconsin or Illinois or somewhere where the weather's a whole lot worse. And so we need to count our blessings, and we do have so much to be thankful for as we go into this election cycle. Lord, we're thankful that we have candidates that care enough about this county to run for offices, and these commissioners and the judge that serve in this position. It's really a thankless job that they get more criticism than they get compliments, and we're thankful that they've stepped up to serve this county. And Lord, as we go into this meeting today, I just pray that you'll give them the wisdom to make decisions that will benefit all the citizens of this county, and we'll give you the praise and the glory in advance for what's accomplished here today. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Show me with the pledges. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Perfect. Roll call.
Commissioner Cheney,
Here.
Commissioner Casterline,
Here.
Commissioner Russo, here. Commissioner Dupnick,
Here.
Judge Garza.
Here. We've got a full court. Do we have anybody signed up?
None have.
Anybody online? All right. We will go to presentations and proclamations. We have one presentation from Joe Broussard. Come on up.
Good morning.
Good morning,
morning.
sir.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners, for having me this morning. I'm here just to share a little bit about a program that Sheriff Mills has introduced into the jails, that AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has brought meetings into the jail, into the county jail. And I wanted to just share quickly a little bit about my story. I was introduced to this program in Galveston County Jail as a young man many years ago, unfortunately. And I attended my first AA meeting in the Sallyport of Texas State Penitentiary over 25 years ago. So I attribute a lot of my measure of whatever success I've had in the past 25 years and to being able to be part of the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. I was just in there yesterday. We meet every Sunday at 2 o'clock. We have a women's group that goes in and a men's group. And it's been wildly, I say wildly because I was, you never know how it'll go, but it's been very successful in the feedback from both the officers in the jail and the inmates. And I met Sheriff Mills from a mutual friend, and we started talking about this, and he allowed us to bring this into the jail so that has kind of there's religious organizations that go in, I think, that do it well, but this is a kind of Alcoholics Anonymous is a place where you can have a higher power as you see fit, and it seems to help it's completely voluntary, obviously, from the inmates and the ones who come, we have a good outcome sometimes with them. But, and then going forward, we hope to talk to some of the county judges here in the judicial system. Before COVID, it was pretty commonplace for people that would come out of a situation, incarceration, that they would come to the meetings and be part of some of the requirements that some of the judges might put on them. And since COVID, that has really fallen off. It's not new. It's very common practice all over the country. So we hope to kind of institute that. It has a follow-up to the meetings in the jail, that many times those guys are asking, where are y'all? Where is our clubhouse? We have a clubhouse just right here around the corner here on Wharf Street. And we have a very substantial, very structured meeting schedule that these guys can come into, and the ones that want to get help. So I just wanted to come, and I appreciate the opportunity to let y'all know that we appreciate that y'all allow us to do this, that the sheriff and y'all have allowed us to do this, because remember, our motto is, it helps me as well. I'm going there, I tell the inmates a lot, I hate to tell you, but I'm selfishly here so I can remember where I don't want to go back to. So it's very helpful, and I wanted to let y'all know that we appreciate it, and we're here to help the community, and any feedback we get, we would appreciate. Y'all have any questions? Can I answer any questions?
I'd like to ask a question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
What kind of participation numbers are you getting right now, just out of curiosity?
Well, and that's a great question. Like yesterday, we had 5 inmates, and we're limited right now. The sheriff is talking to us about possibly expanding that out, because the space that we have, we were trying it out, see how it would go. So it's kind of a fluid situation, but 5 is right now what they're comfortable with, and bringing at a time. We had a full house.
That's
So-
significant. That's a
Yes,
thank you.
yes, sir, it is.
So Joe, do y'all do this in the jail, or you do it, take them out of the jail to a facility to do it?
We do it in, I think, what they call a common room in the jail.
Okay.
We go in through the lobby, we're let in by the staff and then by the officers, and then they take us back to a room, and they bring the inmates in, and then we try to have really a free world, if you will, meeting in the jail, so that they can understand how it would be when they would come out to the Wharf Street Clubhouse.
Thank you for doing this.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Mills, for bringing this into the jail. All right, do we have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
All right, motion passes. Consent agenda is accepted.
Donation.
Oh, yes. The consent agenda includes a donation from Les and Mary Puckett's Children's Foundation, in the amount of $2,000 to the Aransas County Public Library. And again, very appreciative of Les and Mary Puckett Children's Foundation. Item number 5 is a presentation from Jake Powell, PECFM of Pape Dawson Engineers LLC, on the status of the Aransas County Master Drainage Plan, CDBG MIT Mod Grant Contract Number 24-065-128-E986. Daryl, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. It's been a while since we've had an update on our countywide stormwater master plan. And with the upcoming meetings, I'd like to take this opportunity to bring Jake Powell from Pape Dawson to give us a quick update and to promote the upcoming meetings. So,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. Sounds good. We'll get all right. Appreciate everybody's time. Again, I'm Jake Powell with Pape Dawson. Judge, Commissioners, thank you. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. As y'all know, we are working on the Aransas Countywide Drainage Study, which has been going on for a number of months now, making some good progress on that. I want to give a brief update today and then talk about the public meetings that are coming up. We do talk about the progress at each of the stormwater technical committee workshops once a month, so there is constant public contact there, but we will have some official public meetings soon. Overall, as far as the progress goes, the way this rolls out is we are looking at kind of the existing drainage conditions, then we will be looking at what happens when there's more development. We're most of the way through our existing conditions analysis and starting some of our proposed conditions, so that's all well underway between us and our team. We're also in the process of looking at some of the coastal impacts, which y'all are aware, so kind of surge-based issues. And then we are looking at any environmental and cultural reviews, constraints. The reason for that is if we decide there's a good project, hey, we know we need to do something right here, y'all need to understand if there's a big major environmental constraint that's going to make it twice as expensive or longer to permit, or all those things can go into how we work with y'all to prioritize the projects. So that's all underway. We recently had a workshop with the committee outside of the standard meeting to really dive deep into what we've done so far, which I'll share some exhibits shortly. So that's been going on. And then we've been working on the drainage manual. We're about to have meetings with each of the entities to look at what they want to see within that drainage manual, so we can get some consistent drainage regulations across the county and the cities within the county. Next slide, please. Here's an example of some of the exhibits we put together for our technical meeting, and I don't expect anybody to be able to read this. I just want to show you the kind of things we're putting together. We've got some areas that are circled or highlighted, and you can kind of see the blue and the light blue and the yellow in different areas. Basically, that's our way of identifying where the flooding has occurred. And what we did with the technical committee is we laid these out on the table and said, this is what we're seeing. Does this jive with what y'all are doing? And for the most part, yes, it was, this looks good. We've got a project here that's making this better. There's an upcoming project. Maybe the modeling didn't catch something, and so we are making some adjustments to look at that. And so these are just an example of things that we looked at in the Rockport and Fulton in the north end of Aransas Pass area. Next slide, please. And then over on the Lamar Peninsula, same effort that we did. We worked with Streamline and Hanson and others on this. You can see in this area, we kind of got the pink areas that we highlighted as areas that we know there's flooding, and all the different white boxes are the comments that we received from the committee at that meeting. The reason I show you all this is basically the same exercise that we're going to have at our public meetings. We're going to have big plots of this that people can walk up and take a look at and write on or mark with a sticker, or however they best need to communicate it, so that we can make sure that we're speaking not just to the public works operators, but also to the people that are living in the area. If you can go to the next slide. There are public meetings coming up next week. These have already been posted in the pilot, and I think they've already been posted online. And then that's all been posted in English. There are also translated versions of the posting in Spanish, Vietnamese, and Tagalog. I don't know if those are posted yet, but they will be soon. I know we just got those. So anywhere where those are posted, we'll have those in multiple languages. There will be 4 meetings on 2 different days, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. One basically a little late morning into lunchtime, and then one in the evening at 2 different areas. When we first started this project, we talked about having one in each precinct, but as we went through and we worked with the committee, we decided that collectively we didn't necessarily need to hit every single precinct specifically, but this gives us a kind of a good, kind of a wide net to cast across the county. Anyone from within the county or outside of the county, if they would like, can come to any one of these. So it's not that the Lamar one is for a specific precinct and so on. It's just these are open for whoever can be made available. Next slide, please. And again, so we posted that in the pilot. It's up on the website. And then there will be social media postings as well, and the physical postings. One of the other things, and I don't know if you can go to the website. Can you just pull up the website and go to that posting? We do also have an area where there will be public comment that can be made on the website. Now the survey is not loaded yet, but it'll basically live at the same place where all the postings are. Thank you, sir. So there's this green block that notes where the public meeting is going to be. We're about to add another link here where if someone cannot make the meeting, they can go online, click the link, go to a map, click on their house and say, I've seen flooding here, and type what they need. We will also have that ability at the meeting. We'll have a station with a QR code. Some people are more comfortable doing things on their phones. Some people want to write it. Some people just want to tell us, and we'll write it down. So that the idea is that we'll try to best communicate however everyone needs to communicate. We will also have, we've confirmed we will have Spanish interpreter, Vietnamese interpreter, and we were trying to get Tagalog interpreter as well at the public meetings. So the idea is that we can reach everybody as needed. And that's really about it. I think that was the last slide. Just wanted to give you all an update. It is moving along smoothly. Once we get the feedback from the public, we'll take a look at the work that we've done and make sure it's still online. If there's anything new that we need to remodel, we'll do that. And then the next step is to say, okay, now we're all in general consensus about these are the areas that need help. Then we'll start really focusing on what do those projects look like, and then how do we prioritize those projects? Because we may end up with 50 projects, but then 2 doesn't actually make the list of top priority, and we'll work with everyone on that. So that's the brief update. I'm glad to answer any questions.
I would just mention the chamber also sent that out, maybe to, like, as an email blast. I posted it on my neighborhood's Facebook page. And if you can remember to call me later, I might have a Tagalog interpreter for
Okay.
you.
Perfect. Thank you. All right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Powell.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I appreciate Pape Dawson's support of our grand opening here this week. When is it? Wednesday?
Yes,
All
Wednesday
right,
afternoon.
Wednesday. Item number 6.
Move to approve Resolution R-01-2026, a resolution of the Aransas County Commissioners Court authorizing county staff to complete and submit an application to the Juvenile Justice and Youth Diversion Grant Program to the Office of the Governor and designating the county judge as the county's authorized officer for this grant.
Second?
We've got a motion and a second. Judge McGinnis, would you like to speak on this item?
So I have some supporting data before y'all sign the resolution. In Aransas County 2019-2020 school year, court data showed a 100% increase in juvenile misconduct, with increases each year thereafter. During testimony in court, juveniles along with parents are testifying that they are struggling from the effects of natural disaster, worldwide pandemic, including deaths in their own homes, their peers, or their families, and are using illegal substance in schools and home to cope. According to Rockport Fulton ISD, they had approximately 1,774 students in the school year 2024-2025 over the age of 10. Court data shows approximately 154 cases were filed in the courts by the Rockport Fulton ISD over the years of 2024-2025 school years. These numbers are down from 455 cases that were filed in 2023-2024 school year. Since implementing the diversion program, including the LCDC counselor, Aransas County has seen 65% decrease in school filings for juvenile misconduct and truancy. While these have been decreasing in filing, there has been an increase in voluntary attendance among Aransas County adolescents to the weekly drug awareness program groups and coping skill classes facilitated by the LCDC counselor. Early intervention and diversion programs begin in the 5th grade, having drastically reduced the anxiety level for the youth transitioning into the middle school. Middle school filings for the year of 2024-2025 are down 42% from previous year, with only 1 filing for the 6th grade, which was for misconduct. The data presents irrefutable evidence that having a licensed counselor available with the Aransas County Diversion Program has benefited Aransas County youth and is crucial to prevent violence in and around the school and to improve the Aransas County Juvenile Courts by continuing to provide mental health services, truancy prevention, diversion services, and interventions through community-based and school programs. So this is working. I think this is our 4th year applying for it. It has changed a little on the grant process, but it is working.
I appreciate that information because a question I'd written down to ask you is if we are getting any results that were measured and documented for the effectiveness. So that's good to hear, and I would ask if you could just possibly scan or email me whatever you were reading from, because I'd like to have that to talk to people about.
Okay. That
'Cause
is
that's
actually,
good news.
this is actually the grant that I am submitting to the state,
Okay, but I mean,
portion of it.
the information there with the data,
Sure.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Judge. Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castlein.
Aye.
Commissioner Russo.
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, motion passes. Item number 7.
Move to approve redefinition of the Shell Ridge Road project in view of funding considerations.
Got a motion and a second.
I put this on the, excuse me, on the agenda. As soon as I was elected 5 years ago, I was contacted about this project, so I have been following it, trying to get it through TDM, through FEMA. And I'm very interested. I've met with our county surveyor on numerous occasions to try to figure out a way to get this project done. We had a workshop meeting, just we, the commissioners, on December 8th, where we reviewed all of the projects with our project administrator, L, and Shell Ridge was one of those projects. We talked about how the design that was recommended, living shoreline, raising the road, putting a big ditch on the land side, and pipes to go under the road was going to be incredibly expensive and possibly not really intuitively the best solution. But because it was a workshop, we didn't take any action. We also heard from the auditor's office about the likelihood that the money that was allocated may be withdrawn by either FEMA or TDM or both, just because they want to allocate that to other projects that are newer. So I'd like for us to think about if we want to change the scope of this work, look at things that possibly the Road and Bridge Department could do and move forward with it. And Jackie, if you would like to speak to this, please.
Yes, ma'am. We have not heard anything yet on whether they're going to remove the funding or not. If we do continue to do it as a FEMA project, changing the scope of work would mean it would
Right,
have to go
couldn't.
all the way back to FEMA.
Right.
But if you're looking at doing it in-house with a change of scope, I mean, that's something that can be done, and we would still just give back the funds. It's gonna be up to the court, what y'all wanna do on that.
And we may not be able to come to a decision today, but we continue to accrue engineering expenses for a project that the way the scope is written, it probably is not going to, well, actually, the scope would allow us to make changes to how the road is built, but the engineering firm seems reluctant to make any changes in their design. So I just want to bring it forward. We can possibly just table it, but I do want us to have a discussion so that we can make some decisions before we continue to just keep paying on this.
Yes, ma'am. I know one that they have put a hold on a lot of the engineering because of some of the right of entries and stuff like that are needed from the homeowners and whether they agree with the project or not. Until they get 100% on that, they won't be able to go forward with it through the grant. So
We've got,
it's something we do need to discuss. It's something that commissioners need to discuss and
and we do have permit issues as well. It's coming up to expire
We
Which-
did just get the permit, and I don't remember which one we just got approved. I don't remember if it
Oh,
was
okay.
Lamar
I
or
thought
if
it was
it was
Fulton Beach.
Shell Ridge. I don't think Shell Ridge has been approved yet.
Okay.
It was Lamar that we got the approval on. But, yeah, we still are working on that, and I don't know where they are on the process of that. But I know that right now, currently, that's what they're working on.
I would think this might be something that we would look forward to maybe in a budget workshop for this coming year, because pretty much I would think, and Darrell, you're welcome to come up and speak if you would, but, you know, their budget money is pretty much allotted for the projects they have, and we don't want to sacrifice anything as a county, but coming forward with a budget workshop, maybe he could come up with a work plan, give us some dollars and things, once he understands better what we could be doing.
Yes, sir, and the right of entry that Jackie brought up, part of the issues that the current engineer has is what footprint we can do of rebuilding the road and addressing the road without getting outside our lane. With the drainage work that would need to go by raising the road up, we probably have to get each property owner's approval to do so. And if one property owner doesn't give it, then, you know, we probably couldn't do the drainage design that would need to go with it. So that's one of the hangups, I believe.
And I don't want this to seem like I'm against making improvements to that road. I am absolutely not against it. I am all for it. I just would like for us to find a feasible plan, and then we could move forward, so.
If we didn't use the grant, we already have Go Mesa funds pledged for our portion of the grant. I mean, might have the option to move those and just let the road and bridge spend those on a different design of improving the road. Maybe a lesser or something, something that's adequate to.
Yes, sir. I think it definitely we would have to visit with each property owner as well, just on that drainage.
We
on the
need
drainage
to,
side of things.
we also need to, look at the property lines and everything. That's whenever that was in my precinct, that was the one thing that was always the issue. Everybody wants it fixed, but nobody wants to give up anything.
Yes, sir.
And there was a big argument as where Texas Waters touch, is that in the water there, is that still property that originally did it or what? I mean, that's a real vague thing that really bothered them at the time.
Yes, sir, and I know we've had detailed conversations with Mr. Brundrett, and it is a very complicated legal issue down there on where truly the right-of-way is, and has it moved over time? Have we lost it to erosion? But we had to rebuild roads to provide egress and ingress, and, we're kind of, it's going to be a difficult.
But that's not an uncommon problem in this county.
No, that's right.
Exactly, yes, sir.
Pretty much everywhere along the water.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's the motion to,
Well, then I'll amend my motion to we just table this for now.
that sounds fine. Motion's to table.
Second.
Got a second?
Did you have anything else you want to say?
To table, Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castleline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye?
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. Motion passes to table. Item number 8.
Move to approve recognizing the recently purchased Copano Cove Bailey Ranch property as an ecotourism site to be included as an additional Aransas Pathways venue.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. This has been brought off the table. We've got legal saying that it is, that we can do it. So, any questions?
That we can do it?
Yes.
We can do it, yes.
Because we postponed it before. There was a question.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castleline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye?
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, motion passes. Congratulations, Aransas Pathways.
Yay. And Rich Connell's out there.
Yep, Rich Connell, chairman of the Aransas Pathways, is out there. Item number 9.
I move to approve authorizing county judge to execute hiring resolution number R-02-2026, awarding the contract for the website design services request for a proposal, RFP, to Juicebox Interactive with the bid amount of $64,750. and to execute the necessary documents.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. So this is about 3 years coming, maybe more.
It has definitely been a while. We finally made it through the bid process, and I believe Juicebox, they had the most complete proposal, and it seemed like they could really do everything we wanted and then some. So it really, I was really impressed with their proposal, as I think, based on the scores, that the other Commissioner Russo and Castelline both liked them as well. I think, were it yours or was it Castelline that was also picking them as the first one? You
Well, I
did?
had some comments to make
Okay.
on this, but I was going to let you finish.
It
All
seemed
right.
like they've done, although.
They
they're
have
not
done.
From in the state, they've done a lot of stuff in the state of Texas.
They have done the most in the state. There were several that that had some experience with government websites, but very few actually had any in the state that had kind of the level that we felt or I felt comfortable with. So.
Is there a website we can go to where we can see some of their work?
They do have a website,
And just from
and
some-
I'll share that
Okay.
with you.
So I was part of that rating team, and I did give them a pretty good score. I was impressed with the sample websites that they recommended that we check. And I will tell you that each one of these RFPs took about 3 hours for me to review. This was not something I just did like one afternoon, quick look through. So each day I'd pick up one of the RFPs, go through it, check out the provider, the vendor's website, and then check out ones that they recommended, and then maybe some others that they hadn't recommended but were listed in their RFP. And this company was good. My concerns with them are twofold. One, they didn't talk about payment portals that I could find anywhere. And I know that's something that's critically important to the treasurer's office, probably the tax assessor's office, possibly the JP offices. To be honest, I don't know who all gets payments online, but I know that's one thing that the treasurer's office has constantly talked about. And I also could not find where they talked about the inmate database, because that was one of the things that was also critical in the RFP, that information would be available. I know the sheriff's talked about that. Some of the other firms went into detail about how they would provide that information, how it would all mesh. So those are two critical areas that weren't discussed in this RFP. My other concern is Commissioner Casterline and I and Colin and a few others were on a committee maybe 3 or 4 years ago where we had ARPA, the money that was provided by the federal government after COVID to help counties and cities recover. And we looked at website redesign. There is a firm, well, Texas Association of Counties has a department, CIRA, which I don't remember what CIRA stands for, but something to do with computers. They design websites specifically for Texas counties and Texas special districts, like water districts, tax districts, navigation districts, and they did not provide an RFP. They weren't aware of this, and I did ask, how were these people solicited? How is it that we did not get a response from Taxera? So although this was maybe my second choice of the group, I'm still concerned that we are overlooking a critical provider that would be about half this cost.
It actually took me about a month to go through and review these proposals as well. And actually, the day that they wanted them turned back in is the day I finished the last one. So
I finished 2 days ago, but you had other stuff going on.
It definitely was a long proposal, and it's for Taxera. I'm not sure why they didn't provide a proposal. We posted this in our normal online and then blasted out to all the various lists that our procurement people have. So I don't know why they didn't look at it as well, unless they felt that they don't need to participate in the bid process, being that they are a DIR, all DIR provider. They may have not wanted to go through that kind of process. But I can't speak for why they may not have looked at it. But I also know there's been discussions with some of the requirements that are coming from the federal government for web accessibility and ADA compliance, that TAC has not figured out a direction of how they're going to design their new websites to meet that compliance.
I think they recently have from
They-
emails that we've received.
Okay.
But I know that they
Yeah, they were
working
having
on
an
it.
issue on it, but I don't know if they had settled that when this process became, when these became due. So that may have been why they didn't supply one, is they hadn't made that decision yet. But I can't speak for them as to why.
So I might suggest that the questions that Commissioner Russo had, maybe you contact the company before we sign the contract and
So part of
confirm
this.
that they have the ability to do that.
Correct. And part of this, the resolution will allow us to start actually discussing the terms of the contract, and that will be something we stress in the contract, is to make sure that those items that you brought up, Commissioner Russo, are addressed, and that if they didn't include it in their cost, then we'll figure out, one, why not, and two, do we need to come back to court to maybe look at the second vendor who we also liked, but did directly mention the payment portals and stuff, so.
But you are gonna, we are gonna be contacting Sura though?
I don't think so at this point.
That seems like that would be a violation of the procurement
Yeah,
process.
now that we've gone through the bid, it
Even
would,
what we're talking about stopping and, you know, I feel like somebody suggested we stop and rebid it because somebody didn't bid. I don't, might have some legal issues with that.
I think so.
Yeah, there's a lot of time been put in on this, and if this is recommendation of the total committee, I understand, I don't know if we ever get a perfect project, but if this is not, if their proposal is not excluding areas that are necessary, and they fulfilled the requirements of the bid, I think we gotta go with it.
I
And I got a
agree.
question though.
Yes, sir.
This is a one-time cost, or is this gonna be an annual cost?
The project
an
cost
annual
is a
fee.
one time. There are some annual fees that are to be negotiated if we allow them to host it for us, or if we procure our own hosting. Different options. They had a laundry list of options that could be negotiated as part of the contract.
Okay.
One of those included some additional fees that would have been annual reoccurring costs.
Okay.
But at this juncture, I don't see us adding those until we get the website launched, and then we see what other things that we may want to add on to it after we've
So,
got the main
so
page.
the real answer is, this is gonna get us online and what our basic design is.
Correct.
But it gives us the option to add additional things as we go down the line, or even take them off if they're not working.
Correct.
Okay.
This gives us a baseline. Here's your new page, and once you're up and running, we can add all these other things you want too. So.
Okay.
But
Now,
But the patient portals and, the payment portal and the inmate database were very specifically mentioned that they needed to be included.
Correct.
So when you contact them, hopefully that's going to be included in that fee.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Who will be on the negotiating team?
I think it will come for legal. I'm guessing it'll come down to Marcia, and Marcia will help with the legal language, and then I'll help on the technical, and Eric will be involved to make sure we're meeting our procurement.
And Dana, I think.
And Dana. Can't forget Dana.
Colin, I don't feel comfortable voting on something where these two questions aren't answered. The
Okay.
online payments, payment portals, and the inmate database.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I agree, Judge. I don't wanna commit to something like
Right,
this and find out we're left out trying to renegotiate something that should have been in the original proposal.
So I think the hiring resolution lets us start the negotiation, but we will have to bring back to actually sign the contract and actually execute the contract. I think.
Exactly
so.
what we're
Right.
talking about, saying the hiring
So it
portal.
seems-
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with that term.
It seems like we're wasting time by hiring them, and these two questions aren't answered.
Okay.
We gotta have.
All right.
And then, if I may, it's not too late for the court to explore the CIRA option. It looks like it's just part of interlocal participation agreement, so procurement is not necessary as far as RFP.
The only issue on the CIRA side is you're locked into a proprietary solution, not something that if you do not like the provider, you can pick it up and go anywhere you want. Something
How many
that
counties in Texas are using?
there
Sierra?
are a lot of counties that are using them, but now they're having to rip and replace their websites to comply with federal government.
Yep.
And that's a lot of work.
So it's all or nothing with CIRA?
It's all or nothing with CIRA, and they,
The portion and,
correct, it's all or nothing with them. They could not make our jail page work with their stuff.
I would like to speak to the payment portal part. All of us who do court stuff, we are locked into Odyssey or Tyler Net Navigator now, and we can only do payment portal for criminal fine payments if Tyler allows us to do that. It's not a web page problem; it's a Tyler problem. So I don't think the web page is gonna,
Yeah.
which one we choose is not gonna stop that.
Right. Most of the payment portals we're going to try to integrate with are for things that are not tied to Navigator, unless we can find a way to integrate with Navigator's API, and they are very restrictive on who they let do that. But we are trying to accommodate as many of them into a single, to try to, instead of having to do official payments, Gov Portal, and the handful of payment places, we're trying to scale them down into one. For everything else.
Change my motion to tabling this
Okay.
until we have a little bit more information.
I'll
Sounds
second
perfect.
that.
Got a motion and a second to table.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye.
And I'll get those questions answered if that's part of their base proposal by the next Commissioners Court.
Thank you, Colin.
Before we leave this, can we make sure we don't get into something like we got with Tyler, where they gave us the basic, and then every time we turn around, they go sticking us with another thing? Make sure we don't do that.
That was a reason why they were not my first choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of all of the add-ons that were like, I want to, so. But they did have a lot of things that could be added. But some of the,
Okay.
Thank you. Item number 10.
I move to approve a utility easement at the airport for AT&T to install a fiber optic line to a private hangar.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second.
Good morning, Judge,
Gear, good
Commissioners.
morning.
Morning.
Hope y'all are staying warm.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This is it's been going on for a couple of months that we've been trying to get this squared away. I think Marcia and Dana both looked at it. I think it doesn't seem to be affecting anything other than just an access easement for the fiber line. And then the way I understand it, once they have the drop on our side of the fence out of the TxDOT easement, it'll be available to any hangar customer on that side of the field in that region, and we won't have to ask for another easement. They'll be able to just to trench right directly to the box.
So it's really a benefit to us
Yes, ma'am.
and no downside.
Not that I can see. We don't
couldn't
have any
see
reason to
one.
dig over there unless we have to take that fence up
So
for
is
some
the
reason.
easement big enough where if you had other things that needed to go in there, you could use it for everything?
I would think so. I mean,
How wide is it?
it's
20 foot?
yeah, 20.
Okay.
Mhm.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Item number 11. Thank you, Mike.
Move to approve authorizing the county judge to sign the notice of award and to sign all necessary documents executing the professional engineering contract between Aransas County and Halleff Associates Incorporated for the Aransas County Concho Street Stormwater Quality Project in the total amount of $93,300.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second.
Good morning,
Darryl.
Judge, again. This is an exciting day to get this project to this level, this point. There's been so much collaborative effort between the Stormwater Technical Committee, the NAV District, City of Rockport, and our Aransas County Legal.
Any questions?
And the
on it?
funds that are paying for this are out of the flood control?
Yes, ma'am, they're out of the
Okay.
flood control,
Okay.
professional services.
And all we're liable to pay for is the engineering.
Yes, sir. Per our interlocal agreement on this project with with the NAB district and City of Rockport.
And what are they paying for?
So right now, the way the interlocal is set up, the NAB district will pick up the construction costs. And the City of Rockport, once it's been complete, the project's been completed and accepted, they'll pick up the maintenance
Okay.
moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Exciting stuff.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castelline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye, motion passes. Item number 12.
Move to approve a debt management policy.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. Miss Jackie?
Yes, back when we had our re-rate in, September, October, whenever it was recommended by the financial advisor as well as our bond rating company and our outside audit firm that we have a formal policy for our debt management. This policy is awesome. The financial advisors help write it. It's a lot of definitions and actually gives somebody, an idea of all the different types of debt, how they be managed. They will be managed by myself and the county treasurer. It states all the compliance requirements and will be a great asset for us in our policies to make sure that we are transparent and we're consistent with everything.
I have just a couple of minor things.
Okay.
And I think having this policy is a good idea. In the first section under purpose, the last word there is municipality, but I think that generally refers to a city and maybe it could be county instead.
Yeah, we could.
And in the section 8.0 rating agency in the last line, it says city operations, but I think it should say county.
Yes, ma'am, and I've read this thing 100 times and I just read on past those, sorry.
I don't know if that's a gift or a curse that I have. But I do have a question,
Okay.
and maybe I should just ask you this later. 3.5 refunding obligations, I really didn't understand that, and maybe I don't have to understand it, if you understand it.
May be issued to refund long-term obligations generally targeted for minimum debt service savings of 3% per. This is, I can understand it, but maybe I can't explain it.
Is
so
it just
well.
sort of if you
It's
find
if we're-
something at a lower interest rate?
If they're in a refunding where they can be refunded and there's a lower interest and it's a benefit to us, then we
Okay.
can refund them. yes.
And I understand that. Thanks.
Mhm. And, like this says, that they're usually acceptable for shorter maturities. A lot of times they'll be a 10-year rather than a 20-year. Some of them can be 20.
Jackie, we've never had a policy?
No, sir.
Debt management? Oh.
No. We have had one in the budget, but it has never formally been adopted by commissioners. It was just the year that we did the award for the budget, it required
yeah.
that we have something in there, so it was something that I had just kind of put together.
Right.
Actually sent it to the financial advisors, and they recommended expanding it more than what was in there.
Okay. All right. Does commissioners have any other questions? Anything? All right. And Jackie, you're good with this?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good. I
Oh,
wish it-
and I will make the changes to the
Okay.
two for a county rather than city.
Sounds great.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Castelline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. Motion passes with the changes. Item number 13.
Move to approve accounts payable, payroll liability.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second.
Okay, you have your accounts payable list. I've got two that I need to add. They're both for hotel motel. It is our percentages for the Rockport Center for the Arts and Texas Maritime Museum. They're both for $5,973.65. They didn't get in time for the list. You will see on the list, we have Del Mar for $487,671.99. We are not actually paying Del Mar.
Good.
EDA grant that we gave to Del Mar, when they submitted their request for reimbursement, EDA sent it to us. So we are actually just refunding or forwarding the money to them. They were aware that we got it, so they know that we're gonna be sending it to them. Anchor QEA was paid out of the waterway restoration, $29,616.45. That is, for the permits that they're working on, the invoicing for the permits.
May I ask a question about that
Yes, ma'am.
before you move on? It might seem tedious, but I have worked for an engineering firm, so I'm a little familiar with how things work. But I saw in the backup that on 10/28, which was a weekday, there was an expense slip submitted for breakfast, where it appears they went in at 9 o'clock and then paid out their bill at 10 o'clock for $33. On 10:30, which was a couple of days later, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it looks like there was a break taken and a slip was submitted for reimbursement for $11.45. On October 30th also, there was another breakfast slip submitted where they went in at 9 o'clock, paid out at 10 o'clock, and that was for almost $31. I have a concern. This is a local company, and I don't know that we should be reimbursing breakfast or snack charges when we are right here in this community, especially when they're taking them at 9 in the morning. You know, I have breakfast at 6:30. Other people maybe later, maybe earlier. Like I said, those seem like small amounts, but I have a concern about that. You know, we in the county, if we travel, there's a certain amount of time that we need to be away from the county. Like I said, this is a local company. I think these people could either eat breakfast beforehand or bring something along for the road.
I will mention that and actually check the contract. It may be in their contract that we
Okay.
reimburse for expenses like that. So I'll review the contract.
All right, and I'd
Sure.
appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Okay. The other ones that we have are in 430, we have a check for Texas Division of Emergency Management. That is $38,266.95. This was an overpayment on the SB 7 monies that they gave us for the courthouse. They were paying, Tatum is paying the 75% of the 10% that we have for our matches. They have done this quite often, and when they get back and they get in and start auditing, they have found that they would keep, that all over the state, they've been overpaying people on this, with the Senate Bill 7. So we are reimbursing them for that. We have Grant Works, MITMOD, $32,483.90. Hanson for MITMOD of $57,572.27. We also have Lone Star Operations. It's one of our grants for the SO of $524.29. And then we have Waypoint for the downtown anchor of $578,533.94. This expense is part of our 2025 tax note, so we will be reimbursing the $435 for that.
It's part of our, what did you say?
The tax notes, the money that we borrowed, the $6 million that we borrowed, that was included as part of what we could spend the money on, was our data and our internet, or not internet, but our IT stuff. I can think of the name of it.
So that's what this was?
Yes,
Internet?
ma'am. It's stuff that Colin needed for us to get set up here.
This is the server hardware that's actually going to go in this building for all of our data and communication stuff. Basically, our core infrastructure for this building and the rest of the county that's moving into this building.
If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
All right.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye, motion passes. All right. At this time, we hear reports from commissioners, elected officials, and department heads. No action will be taken. I'm going to go first.
Jackie?
Oh, did you? Oh,
No,
okay.
go ahead.
Well, I wanted to, because I see Ginger here, and I wanted to recognize Miss Ginger. She has 33 years in extension experience, with 16 of those years right here in Aransas County. And she is retiring on the 29th. There is a reception. It's at the Ag Extension Center, the 29th, 2:30 to 5:30. So I hope you brought enough cookies and stuff, because I hope you flood that building. But I just wanted to recognize you and say thank you for your service. And I think we're going to have something on the next meeting for you.
You'll have to come back.
Yeah, you'll have to come back.
Don't move.
But no, we really appreciate you, appreciate everything you've done. And, you know, I'm really excited for the direction the extension's going with you and Megan. Megan, she's right behind you. But no, really appreciate y'all and everything and building the program. And last week I got to judge adult stuff, adult textiles, pictures. I don't know. It was actually really, really cool. And I told Megan she is not allowed to tell Lacey about this event because I got enough crafts in my house. But no, really appreciate you and thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And yes, Jackie.
Okay. The judge had asked me the other day how we ended up in 2025. I have not furnished my auditor's report due to the fact that we have to wait till some of our invoices that were 2025. And we usually keep it open for, you know, part of the month, at least to the mid-February. At this point, we had budgeted to go into fund balance by $444,000. We are at going into fund balance by $22,000.
Wow.
So we have actually not met what we had thought we would do. We've
In a
not
good
really
way.
put money into fund balance, but we did not decrease fund balance as much as we had anticipated with the budget. I do know we have a few more invoices. I don't know how much, but I will be bringing a report to y'all by the end of February that will let y'all know exactly how we ended up. But this is really good.
Yeah.
I was curious about that also, though. What, is there a percentage or a significant amount that could be tied to us having vacancies? But, you know,
There
budget-
is some, I couldn't tell you exactly how much it is. Had we not had some of the attorney's fees that we have had, it would have been a lot better. We would
Yes.
probably have put money back into fund balance. That's the big thing that I can see, but as far as, there are some departments that are below, that have revenue in their salary lines, but it's not significant, I don't think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ginger, do you want to give a little report about the homemaking show? Or Megan, one?
We can give one about the A&H show together.
You can start, you had some big ones. Yours lasts a lot longer.
I was gonna say I don't know if the court has ever been there, but I went to the barn or whatever where they have the animals. Boy, that thing is full of animals.
Oh, yeah.
The turkeys they're huge. They're not like at the supermarket. They're bigger. So I mean, a lot of kids, a lot of parents, just a lot of
Lot of noise,
support,
too.
a lot of noise. There are pigs, there are goats. It
Lot of
was
smell.
really cool.
Yeah,
I
and
actually have the better building.
yes, less smelly. Well, we had kids showing every single species of livestock, plus horses. And we had another great year. We started off last Saturday with a grand champion and reserve grand champion in the Pentateuch Heifers contest, and those are sisters, Elizabeth and Madeline Yannick. And then the next day was a horse show, and Madeline Yannick was our only entry, but she did great. She got grand champion for judged events, and she got a bunch of first places. Then we moved on to poultry on, excuse me, Tuesday. I think we both ended up with colds this week. We had grand champion broiler. We had a number of champion, we had like champion hen, champion tom. We did well in rabbits. In rabbits, our kids got showmanship for every single age category. So swept that. We also had showmanship in poultry and maybe others. And showmanship is when they're judging the kid on how well they show the animal, and sometimes they'll ask them questions, about raising them or about breeds, and so they are really, judging the child instead of the animal. So that's impressive that they did so well in that. And then we had lamb show and pig show and steers. Yeah, we had some champions in the steer, or first places in the steers and heifer. And it was a great week.
Nice.
So what Judge is talking about is I asked him if he'd be one of our 2 judges for the adult homemaking entries, because adults can play in the homemaking building too. And so he had the fun time of judging crafts and food, which those pickles.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but that was the president of the show. That was his pickle recipe that you
What?
got
Oh,
to
they were
taste
good.
there, and he was very excited about it. He goes, "Can you DQ me? I don't want my name on these." And we're like, "No, we can't DQ you." It was
Oh,
it
wow.
was a fun. And then the kids get to compete in photography, textiles and clothing, handicrafts, foods, and am I missing one? I always miss one when I'm going around the building. And yeah, that was part of crafts. And so they get to compete in those. And our biggest winner was Jesse Sagert. He, we'll have to talk about his AgMac too, was Jesse Sagert. He did a quilt, and he got grand sweepstakes with his quilt in the textiles division. And we had 4 photos in the top 10. We didn't get the top prizes, but we had 4 photos in the top 10, which is pretty impressive for our county. Overall, we brought in probably 250 entries from our kids in the homemaking building. And that's a portion of the probably 1,300 that were in that building. So I think that's also a very nice percentage of the entries. And so ag mechanics for Jesse.
Yes, there's also an ag mechanics division. We had 5 entries, and Jesse Sagert won first place with his incredibly beautiful walnut inlaid table with a butterfly leaf in the middle of it, and he got grand champion for the junior division. So,
Y'all gonna come and present them?
not me.
We can do that. We also will be having an open house
Yeah.
with their entries. Well,
week?
at least the homemaking entries. Maybe not the ag mechanics, because it probably sold. The homemaking entries at our office on February 2nd, and we make sure that y'all get those invitations. But we can also bring them to court too, if they're not too busy with school.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you, ladies.
a lot of work all
Yeah.
year long.
Yeah, it leads up to it for sure.
Judge, I'd like to mention also, I know the whole court wants to thank the different departments for the preps they did preparing for this weather this weekend. I know Road and Bridge, Sheriff's Office, Animal Control, I know Animal Care rather, and our emergency management all were very involved all week. And also, I know Facilities Management, I think they pretty much spent their whole week focusing on winterizing our facilities. So I think we're, have a lot to be thankful for from that standpoint too, the effort they put into it. And I know it's funny, even Road and Bridge was out there icing our one bridge, right, or de-icing our one bridge.
Something as simple as plants are expensive, and we got a lot of them here.
You look out here,
You know,
right?
They're over there covering the plants, and no, they've done really great. And Renee's not here right now because she's dealing with some issues, but yeah, really appreciate y'all. Thank you, Mike, for keeping me informed and everything you do. And oh yeah, we still have about 10 hours of cold sub-freezing temperatures today or tonight. All day today, then, right?
It was below freezing when I walked in.
Yeah, yeah. But tonight we're gonna have at least 10. But tomorrow should be beautiful, hopefully. I think I got everything I wanted. Commissioners, you got anything else? All right. I do want to mention, I see Ray Presley here. I think we'll have something next meeting. Okay. All right. How about reports about items of community interest? This is everybody, anybody. Well, I do want to mention we're having a grand opening for the courthouse complex on Wednesday, 3 o'clock. There'll be a lot of dignitaries here, and it's going to be a big event. We're not just celebrating the groundbreaking of the courthouse or ribbon cutting. There's like a lot of other things. All right. At this time, I'll take a motion to go into closed session.
Move to convene into closed session in accordance with Texas Government Code Section 551.071, 551.072 through 551.076, 551.086, 551.087, and 551.089 to consult with Counsel Marcia Perez of Chavez, Obregon, and Perales, or other retained counsel on matters related to any items posted on this agenda, and receive legal advice about pending settlement offers or other attorney-client privilege matters that may be discussed in an executive session, including but not limited to the items listed below. Number 1, discuss the downtown anchor project with Counsel Will W. Allensworth, including the county's permissible actions under its various contracts and reports on proposed mediations, insurance claims, and/or formal review. Number 3, discuss personnel matters and update the court on future plans involving this personnel matter pursuant to Section 551.074 of the Texas Open Meetings Act, Personnel Matters Closed Meeting. Subsection A, this chapter does not require a governmental body to conduct an open meeting. 1, to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. Or number 2, to hear a complaint or charge against an officer or employee. Subsection B, subsection A does not apply if the officer or employee who is the subject of the deliberation or hearing requests a public meeting.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Kosterlein?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
All right, motion passes. We'll be in closed session 10 minutes.
approve engaging the services of Will W. Allensworth Law to represent Aransas County in matters related to the courthouse project.
Second.
Do we need to repeat that? Yes, please. Yeah, he wasn't quite online yet.
Do we
Okay.
need to do, moving into open session again too?
Okay.
I move to resume open session.
I second that.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye. We're back in open session. Item number 16.
Move to approve engaging the services of Will W. Allensworth Law to represent Aransas County in matters related to the courthouse project.
Second.
Got a motion and a second.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye. Motion passes, and I'll entertain a motion to
Move to adjourn.
adjourn.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Casterline?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Judge Garza?
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you all. Yeah, I was really surprised. I thought it was going to